Imagine standing before a mountain that should still exist. A mountain that, according to every law of nature, should be towering hundreds of feet into the sky. But it does not. Because more than 1,000 years ago, someone removed it. Not piece by piece to build a structure, not stone by stone to assemble a monument, but by carving an entire temple directly out of a single mountain.
In the heart of Western India stands one of the greatest mysteries of human engineering, the Kailasa Temple of Ellora. A structure so extraordinary that even today, archaeologists, architects, and engineers continue to debate how it was truly accomplished. At first glance, Kailasa appears to be a conventional stone temple, massive pillars, towering gateways, intricate sculptures, sacred courtyards, everything one would expect from a grand ancient monument. But then comes the revelation. This is not a temple built from stone. This is a temple carved from stone. Every wall, every pillar, every staircase, every sculpture, every chamber. Everything was created from a single, uninterrupted mass of volcanic rock. Imagine sculpting a statue from a block of marble. Now imagine sculpting an entire cathedral from a mountain. Without modern machinery, without explosives, without electric tools, without the technology we take for granted today. Most ancient structures were constructed from the ground upward. Stone blocks were cut, transported, stacked, assembled. Kailasa follows none of those rules. Instead, its creators began at the top of the mountain and carved downward. One mistake would have been catastrophic. There was no second chance. No replacement stones, no opportunity to rebuild. Every cut had to be correct, the first time. Historians generally attribute the temple to the Rashtrakuta dynasty, particularly during the reign of King Krishna Abai in the 8th century.
Inscriptions and historical records support this conclusion. Yet while we may know who commissioned the project, the deeper mystery remains. How was it actually achieved?
Researchers estimate that hundreds of thousands of tons of rock had to be removed. Some estimates suggest more than 200,000 tons. Think about that for a moment. A mountain was systematically transformed into architecture, not by adding material, but by removing it. Think about that for a moment. A mountain was systematically transformed into architecture, not by adding material, but by removing it. Gigantic elephants appear to support the structure. Towering carvings depict scenes from ancient epics.
Columns rise with remarkable symmetry. Detailed sculptures cover nearly every surface. Many of these carvings display a level of precision that still impresses modern craftsmen.
What makes the mystery even deeper is not simply the scale. It is the planning. Before the first strike of a hammer, the entire temple had to exist in someone's mind. The dimensions, the courtyards, the halls, the sculptures, the alignment, everything. Because once carving began, there was no way to reverse the process. Long before computers, long before engineering software, long before digital modeling,
This required something extraordinary. A vision so complete that it could transform solid rock into a three-dimensional blueprint.
Long before computers, long before engineering software, long before digital modeling. And this is where the story begins to touch something larger than architecture. Ancient India often viewed creation itself as an act of revealing what already exists. A sculptor does not create the statue. The sculptor removes what hides it. A sage does not create truth. The sage removes illusion. In this way, Kailasa becomes more than a temple. It becomes a philosophical statement carved into stone. A mountain transformed through subtraction. A masterpiece revealed by removing everything that was not the masterpiece. Many visitors arrive expecting to see an archaeological wonder. They leave contemplating a deeper question.
What if the greatest creations are not built by adding more, but by removing what is unnecessary?
Perhaps that is why Kailasa continues to fascinate the world. Not because it answers every question, but because it leaves us with one. A question carved into stone over 1,000 years ago. How did ancient minds conceive something so vast, so precise, and so ambitious? And perhaps an even greater mystery remains. The mountain disappeared. The temple appeared. But somewhere between those two events lies a level of human imagination that we are still trying to understand. The stone remains silent. The mystery remains alive. And the mountain still whispers its secret to anyone willing to listen.